Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is our Team Arise Coach Opportunity Call, sneak peek, coach backstage, whatever you want to call it. It's just me kind of sharing what coaching has done for me, how I've started, and how this could potentially be something that could really help your life. So, if you don't know me, my name is Rose Smith. I'm a 6-star diamond coach. I'm the founder of Team Arise. I actually used to be an athletic trainer for high school. About 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, was when this kind of Beachbody thing all got started for me. So I was working as an athletic trainer, and I absolutely was not liking the career that I chose. Don't get me wrong, I love health and fitness. Obviously, that's why I'm in this field right now too, and I love helping people. But I was always told with the mentality when I was younger, go to school, get good grades, go to go to college, get a degree, find a career, and stay there until you're 65. And then when you're 65, you could enjoy life. And that just never sat well with me. It started to kind of be complacent. I was like, all right, like I got a degree, I got a really great career. And now what? I'm just supposed to kind of stick around for 45 years. And then when I'm 65, I can do all the things that I want to do, like travel and have a beach house and do all these amazing things as a family. And I'm like, why am I putting my life on hold? So being so unhappy with what I was doing with work, I obviously was gaining a lot of weight, eating like crap, just not really treating myself right, because all that outwardly things I didn't like started affecting me inwardly. And that's when I realized, like, all right, I'm supposed to be an athletic trainer, and I have these kids looking up to me, and I'm telling them to eat healthy, work out. And I just completely looked like the opposite. And that's when it kind of hit me. I was at a Super Bowl party with a bunch of friends, and at those parties there's all like the dips and all the, like the pretzels with the chocolate dip, and I had to eat it all. Like I had to try everything, right? And that's what I did, and my stomach felt so bloated. I'm like, well, duh, I ate all this food, of course my stomach's bloated. But when I sat down, I'm short, I'm like 5'1", and I sat down in one of those high bar stool chairs, so it was hard for me to get up on the chair. And then, like, when I sat down in it, I looked down, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually have that muffin top. It's not just floating, like, it's actually there. And I was like, I can't believe I let myself get this, let it go this far. Like, I knew I was eating unhealthy, and I knew I wasn't really taking care of myself, but I really didn't realize. And like, I would tell myself, like, when I kept going up in jean size, like, I went from like a 4 to a 6, and then like the 6 was becoming too tight. And I'm really short, so there's nowhere really for it to go. And I started feeling really uncomfortable. But at that moment, I was like, all right, I can't lie to myself. It's not my age. It's not, me just getting older. It's just normal. Like those things I would kind of tell myself to make it feel okay. And that's when I was like, all right, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. I can't, I'm supposed to be an example for people, and not, just feeling so yucky and always being so tired. I was 25, and I'd wake up like at 9 because I didn't have to go to the high school job until 11 because I worked so late. I was exhausted. I'm like, why am I so exhausted after I get like 8 hours of sleep? It just didn't make any sense. So I remember my brother telling me about this program called Insanity. I remember seeing the infomercial on TV, and I was like, that thing is crazy. But my brother got really great results, and I didn't have any time because as an athletic trainer, my work schedule was from like 11 to 7, 8, 9. Football nights, I'd be there even later. I had to work holidays, weekends for tournaments, practices. So I was pretty much working 6 days a week. I really never got a break, even though I had sick days, I really couldn't take them because there was only one athletic trainer for the entire school district, me. So I needed something that I could literally wake up, roll out of bed, and do it. Like I didn't have time to go to a gym. I didn't have extra money to spend monthly at a gym. I could do DVDs at home. That's what I could do. So I actually got it off of Amazon. It's like a big Beachbody no-no because you don't get a coach. You don't need any help. I didn't start with a challenge group, and that's kind of what I'll talk about in a little bit. But I just did the program. It was 60 days and I lost 30 pounds. And this is coming from a girl that played soccer my entire life. Obviously, I was around athletics all during college, and just being around it, like, you had that mindset. You had to go to the gym. You had to work out for like an hour and a half. You had to be on that treadmill. You had to be lifting weights. Like, it was a whole, I remember in college, like, it was a whole process going to the gym and like doing all of these things, and it didn't really work. Even with all my background and my knowledge with athletic training, it just wasn't doable for people who had like full-time jobs. And yeah, maybe if I was an Olympian, like, that would work, but it wasn't fitting my lifestyle. So it was like a light bulb moment went off. I'm like, oh my gosh, do other people know about this like workout program you can do at home and get like the best results ever? So that's when I finally went on to teambeachbody.com, because when you sign up with a free account, you get a free coach. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, what does this free coach think they know more than I do? Like, I know more than them. And it was almost like I just wanted to see what they had to say so I could almost like laugh in their face. So I was a big skeptic of a Beachbody Coach. But she talked to me and actually wanted to do another program because I didn't want to gain 30 pounds back and go backwards. So she told me about another program I could do. And she also said, hey, you would make a really great coach. And I'm like, lady, I don't know you, because Beachbody randomly assigns you a coach. I didn't know her. She was from Massachusetts. And I was like, man, this lady's trying to like totally scheme me. She's trying to get me one of those pyramid schemes. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, P90X is pretty well known. Insanity's same thing, very well known. Why can't I say that? If those things were illegal, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't be airing it on TV for the past 5 years, and they would have like shut this down by now. So in the back of my mind, I was like, all right, you know what? I hate what I do at work. I am completely burnt out. I don't have the passion for what I do. And I actually felt confident when I was able to finish this workout program. Like, I felt good about myself. Like, I felt something I haven't felt since like I was in high school, of like liking something again, So that's when I thought, you know what, maybe this Beachbody thing, even if I didn't like leave my full-time job, or even if I didn't, make $1,000 a week, even if I didn't make $200 a week, as long as I improved on myself and as long as I kept being the best version of me, then you know what, this thing might be worth it. So that's when I was kind of like, you know what, let me just jump on in with this coaching thing, and let me see what happens, where it takes me. And I'll share with you what happened a little bit later on. So enough about me. What is this Beachbody thing? So most of you know it started with P90X with the infomercials, and Beachbody said, instead of putting these things on the shelves at Walmart or Target and having the big box companies make the money off of this, why don't we help the people who are seeing results? Because back in the day, they used to have like those chat rooms and those chat boards, and they saw people were like helping each other, supporting each other, telling each other like, what are you having to eat for dinner? How are you getting through this P90X workout? That's absolutely insane. So they saw like there was this community of support, and that people were sharing their results with people. And that's how Beachbody and P90X really grew rapid, because of the amazing results people were getting. And they're like, why don't we make this a multi-level marketing company where the people who are getting results are the ones that are seeing the success with this? So that's what they did. They opened up the coaching, which is the multi-level marketing side of Beachbody, because we're just not about getting money or selling DVDs. Because let me tell you, I just sold you a DVD and it just sat there, nothing's going to happen, right? You're not going to get results. I'm not going to be a successful coach because you didn't get any results. We're all about getting people results in terms of, being healthy, and whatever that is for you, whether it is to lose weight, or maybe you just need to tone, or maybe you just need more energy, or maybe you just need to like stay awake so you can like be with your family at night and spend some quality time with them. Whatever that is, that's what we're reaching for. That's what we're trying to help people with. So after P90X, you'll see, Insanity came. Big one now is like 21 Day Fix, T25, and my favorite one is Country Heat. I was actually a part of this test group, meaning you're like, what's a test group? Before the program even launched, I was selected out of like 400,000 people to test the program first. And I had really, really insane results. You can just look on my Facebook page and they're there. But they now have a program for everybody because let's face it, not everyone can do insanity. My mom cannot do insanity. My mom cannot do P90X. But my mom, she can do Country Heat. She can modify with 21 Day Fix. My mom started with Shaun T's hip hop abs. I mean, so there's something for everyone, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, whether you are really like into like intense workouts or whether you're just starting, there's definitely something here for everyone to help them on their health and fitness journey. So this is my favorite part because of my kind of athletic training background, like nutrition is my thing. So when I was working as an athletic trainer and I was introduced, into insanity, they always played this crazy commercial for Shakeology. And I'm like, what crap? They are totally trying to suck me in. But that's every time I did the insanity workout so for 60 days, I would see this commercial, right? I was like, you know what? I think I do need a shake. And I wasn't even thinking about Shakeology. I was like, nah, they're just trying to sell me on that. But I was like, let me see what else is out there because like I said, I was working really late nights and nutrition was still a struggle for me because I didn't have a challenge group. So I didn't have anyone like kind of supporting me and like showing me how to meal prep and how to like plan out my meal calendar and things like that. So I wasn't the greatest with my nutrition yet. After football games, I would come home and like eat like 3 slices of pizza. That was my dinner at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. So I was like, you know what, if I had a shake or something that I could have during football games, I could do that. Like I couldn't really eat things on the sideline of a game, but I could drink things, right? And it can count as a meal for me. So I did my research, right? So I looked at all other shakes that were out there. I'm not going to name anything. I don't like to poo-poo on other companies, but a lot of that other stuff, and I just compared, and that's what I suggest you doing. If you're like, oh, well, how's this compared to that? Just Google the first 5 ingredients. And in the other stuff, the first 5 ingredients was sugar. And people didn't realize you're paying like $100 a bag for sugar. And I was like, man, people don't realize it. And then when I did look at Shakeology, I was like, there's actually good things in here. So let me rewind a little bit. So what is Shakeology? So a lot of people are like, oh, it's a protein shake. I already get my protein shake at GNC. I'm good. Don't worry. I'm like, oh, okay. Our body needs way more than just protein. Like we are not a protein deficient country, right? We get protein from eggs, from meat, from milk, right? Like we get enough protein. What we're deficient in is nutrition because of all the processed foods that we have in the grocery store. So by processed foods, I mean like foods made in a factory that are like morphed into like weird stuff with a bunch of chemicals. And we ingest that thinking, oh, we're eating like we're getting food, we're good. We might be getting calories, which is just energy, but we're not getting vitamins. We're not getting minerals. We're not getting essential amino acids. We're not getting pre and probiotics. So there's way more things that we need in our body than just calories. We need that nutrition to really fuel ourselves. And if you remember me saying when I was an athletic trainer and I'd get up at 9 o'clock exhausted, yeah, I got 8 hours of sleep, but what I was eating had no nutritional value. It just had a crap load of empty calories that was just sucking me dry. And my body was so tired because it didn't have the right nutrition to work properly. And that's what our body needs to function. So that's what Shakeology kind of takes place of. That what it has in it, not just protein, but it has what's called superfoods. So things that you might know of like chia seeds, flax seeds, quinoa, ashwagandha, a lot of other things that I can't really pronounce because they're superfoods from all around the country. So it's actually just whole foods, things that you know, acerola cherries and ginger and maca root, yakan root, cinnamon, all these things just ground up in a powder and you get Shakeology. So it's equivalent to a lot of veggies and fruits that you can eat or drink within like 3 minutes, right? So it's a quick meal. And some people say, well, I don't like to drink my meal. And I say, okay, I get it. But there are those times where we live in a busy society, right? Like sometimes like you're absolutely starving and you just like your wheel goes into a McDonald's to get something because your like stomach is like dying, right? Like we live in a fast-paced world. So sometimes we do need that quick meal that we know that's going to be healthy. And sometimes you're not on key with your nutrition as much as you want to be. So even if you're just getting one awesome meal a day, like that's so much better than no nutritious meals at all. A little bit of scientific information. It is certified to lose weight, lower cholesterol, and it's certified low glycemic index. So all that means is that it's going to stabilize your blood sugars. That way you don't have peaks and valleys, meaning if you've ever had like a 4 p.m. crash where you're like zonked out and you could like literally take a nap, that's because your blood sugar dipped way too low. And then what do people grab for? They grab for sugar, they grab for potato chips, and they grab for whatever sugary treat thing that they like to pick them back up. Or don't even say the Red Bull, because that no, don't do that. Those are the things that really can hurt you bad, right? So Shakeology is going to stabilize your blood sugar. It's going to just help you absolutely tremendous. When you get the right nutrition, you will not have cravings. Your cravings are only a nutrient deficiency. So for example, if you crave a lot of chocolate, that means that you're deficient in magnesium. And you can just Google this too and see, all right, what foods are you craving, and it will pretty much tell you what vitamins and minerals that you're deficient in. So your cravings are just a deficiency, a nutrient deficiency that you have. But once you fulfill that nutrient deficiency, then you won't have those crazy cravings anymore. Shocker. So there is nothing crazy in Shakeology. There's no fat burner. There's no chemicals. It's just real food that's in here that's fueling your body from the inside out so that it can work properly again. All right, these are the things that I love. Transformations, yeah. So we're, like I said, we're not about just like selling things and being like, all right, see ya, peace out. No, like these are real people. These are people on our team that have gotten real results from the 21-day fix. Danielle, Beachbody actually does rewards every single month, and they have a yearly challenge where people win like $250,000. But Danielle on our team won $500 for her results with T25, and she has 2 kids, and holy crap, like insane. Allison on the right hand side, she has 1 kid and just absolutely amazing results. So these aren't, and I always thought like, man, these people know how to Photoshop really good. And that's me there. Like, I did not Photoshop that. I have no idea how to Photoshop. Like, I'm not gifted with computer technology, right? Like, no idea. This is just hard work, you know, working out for 30 minutes and drinking the shake and being committed in my challenge group. So we're all about getting people results and not just selling things to people, because that's not fun. That doesn't motivate me. So, and that doesn't motivate other people. So who is a Beachbody coach? It's just a normal person, right? Anyone can be a Beachbody coach if they want to help people, if they want to improve on themselves, if they want to be a better version, if they want to have a change for the better. Just someone that is ready to share their story and inspire other people, and willing to kind of say, you know what, like, this is me, and if my story can help somebody else, I'm all in it. And that's really all a coach is, right? It's just someone that can support and motivate people and say, hey, I'm doing this country heat thing. Do you want to join me? Because I hate working out, but I can dance for 25 minutes and have a lot of fun doing it. You want to, join with me? That's all you're doing, is sharing what you're doing because you need help too. And for me, like, I love this because it keeps me accountable. Like, I'm not perfect, right? Like, I like to have ice cream every now and then. I like to have my gluten-free cookies. But I'm a real person. I need that accountability. I need that support, that community from other people. So you don't have to be a fitness expert. Yeah, I was an athletic trainer, but look where that got me, right? It really didn't get me too far with my health and fitness anyways. You don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to be a nutritionist. And my big pet peeve is you don't have to be at your target or goal weight. Like, what is that? Like, what is there's no such thing as being a perfect you, right? We're always growing to just be a better version of ourselves, right? We never want to stop and be like, all right, I'm done. No, like you always have to just keep growing and trying to be the best version of you. So my biggest mistake in this business was not becoming a coach soon enough and sharing my story in the beginning, because after I lost the weight with Insanity, people said, well, you were always healthy and skinny. And I'm like, well, that's because I never took pictures for an entire year because I was too embarrassed for people to see me. And so they only saw my end result. They didn't see the journey that I went on. So even if you're scared and like, oh my gosh, like I have a lot to lose, why would someone ever want me as their coach? It's because you get them. You know where they've been. And you can just be that friend, that support system, and say, hey, I'm not an expert. I'm just looking to be healthy, and I think we can do this together. Why don't we do this together, keep each other accountable, and let's just have fun doing this. So that's really all it's about. So let me just kind of explain the different coaches we have. So you can just be a coach and get a discount. Say you love our workout programs, you love Shakeology, you love having a quick healthy meal, bam, you get a 25% discount. Maybe you don't want to run a business. Maybe you don't want to have referrals. That's fine. You don't have to do that. A part-time coach is just where you're still getting the 25% discount, but maybe you're inviting people to my challenge group, right? Maybe you're like, Rose, I really don't want to like work the business, but I do have a couple friends who have been asking me what I've been doing because I look fabulous, and they want to join me with your next challenge group. Cool. You can have referrals and make a couple $100 per week. Awesome. Full-time coach is someone who's like, yeah, you know what? I want to do this business. I want to make an income, not just to make money, but to make an impact on people's lives, right? It's not about money, but it's what you can do with that money, not for yourself, but how can you help your family? How can you change other people's lives by having that freedom? That's where it really comes about. And I know sometimes it's like hard to see beyond that, to see past like, really, can I build a business with this? You totally can. So those working full-time coaches, that's kind of what I was when I first started. I was probably in between a part-time coach and a working full-time coach when I started, because I was like, I didn't have the belief in myself yet. And I think that's where it really comes from. If you have that belief in yourself, man, you can do anything. And I know when you're like 5 years old, your parents probably told you that, like, you can do anything. And no, seriously, if you have in your mind, like, I can do this, you're going to. But if you're like, I suck, there's no way people are going to listen to me, people are going to think I'm salesy, then guess what? You're putting that negative energy out there, and that's what you're going to get. So if you have that belief, like, yeah, I want to be a full-time coach and creating my life where I want to live by the beach. I don't want to work 6 days a week. I don't want to be missing out on my life because I can't take off, because my boss gets mad at me, because they can't find a replacement for me. Like, those are the types of things that really hit home. So we accept all these different types of coaches on our team. Wherever you're at, that's totally cool. So this is my favorite part too, because I like numbers. Who doesn't like numbers, right? So how do you make money with this? So as a coach, you get a 25% commission off of anything that you earn purchased through your websites. And Beachbody gives you websites. Like I said, I'm really bad with technology. I would not have no idea how to make a website. Beachbody gives that to you. You get a bonus through selling a challenge pack. So a challenge pack is a workout plus Shakeology. It's combined because, like I said, if you just work out and you eat McDonald's all day long, you ain't gonna get no results. But same thing, even if you eat healthy and you sit on your butt all day long and watch Pretty Little Liars, then you're not gonna get any results either. You have to have both. So that's like Beachbody's way of saying, hey, if you help people with their fitness and nutrition, we're gonna give you a bonus, and it's actually cheaper for the customer when they get a challenge pack, when they get Shakeology and a workout program together. And then the best way that we earn as coaches is called team bonus cycles. Long story short, it's just where we work as a team and we get points together. Those points turn into money and we all help each other. So while the commission is absolutely great, 25%. If anyone is in sales, that's really awesome. But the really great part comes when we earn as a team. So you'll see here as a new coach, I think this was my first week, my first month. I think around my first month, $64. Nothing mind blowing. I can fill up my gas tank. I can go get groceries. Cool. I like it. It's $64 more than I had before. 2 years as into being a coach, I earned less commission, only $34, but my team bonus was $990. So I made way more money growing a team and helping people see the vision for this and not just selling things, right? So you don't have to sell 1 million P90Xs. You don't have to sell 1 million Shakeologies to grow an amazing business with this. All you need to do is just be honest and be open and share your story with people, and people just want to be a part of something that's positive. I didn't even watch the political debate or whatever it was last night, but just like looking at Yahoo for like 2 seconds as I was like trying to search something, my goodness, there's so much negativity out there. People just want to be around things that are positive. And if you can have that positive community where people are looking to help each other and grow each other and not like stab each other in the back, like that's what this is really so cool, because it's, it is the health and fitness. It is about making money, but it's also just about creating that culture and having that family that you feel like, I can really be around these people who get me, who don't judge me, right? Like we're all in the same boat here. So this is not a get rich quick scheme. If you're in this to be like, yeah, I want to earn $1 million today, I'm sorry, you're totally in the wrong business. Even if you want to earn $1 million in a year, you're totally in the wrong business. Go play the lottery, right? This does take work. It takes time. Anything good takes pure consistency and just takes time, right? So you can see as a new coach, and these are weekly checks. As a new coach, I was making average $100 per week, 8 months, $200 a year, $350. Still nothing mind blowing, but $350 more than I had before. And then it started really kicking in my second into my third year. So, and I really need to update this because it's almost been an entire year. But in November 2015, so that was like 2.5, 3 years into me being a Beachbody coach, I was averaging $1,500 per week. That was way more than I was making as an athletic trainer. So while this is, I have to put that little disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. I just say you have to work for it, right? This is work. You don't just sign up and kind of like put your arms back and be like, oh, the team is going to work it for me. That's not how this works. You have to put your work into it, and what you put into it, you'll get out. The amount of people you'll help is what your income will be. So if you help a lot of people, you'll earn a really good income. So my favorite question is, is this a pyramid scheme? Because that was like my big thing. Like, I don't want to be a part of like one of those weird pyramid schemes and have this chick steal all my money, right? So a pyramid is where people just make money off of signing up people and there's no actual like product behind it. But we had P90X first, and then we came out with the coaching network. So we have something to give people, right? We're like, here's your challenge pack. I'm going to help you get mind-blowing results, feel better, and be more confident. That's what I'm going to do for you. So it's not about just, here, I'm going to sign you up. Thanks for your money. See you later. You're not getting anything. That's not what Beachbody is. And pyramid schemes are illegal. Like I said, if Beachbody was a pyramid scheme, it would have been shut down 9 years ago. And I wouldn't be getting a paycheck every single week. Other examples of well-known multi-level marketing companies is Avon, Stella & Dot, Mary Kay, LuLaRoe. Those are all reputable MLM companies like us. But like I said, I don't like to poo-poo on other companies, but you can't help someone live longer with leggings. Sorry. You can't help someone fight heart disease with a candle. I love makeup too. I'm a huge Sephora person, but you can't help someone, feel confident and have someone, have more energy when they play with their kids, live a longer life with mascara. That's just not gonna happen. So for me, like you're changing someone's life. And I've done that plenty of times where I've been able to get people off of their cholesterol medication, their blood thinner medications because they had a heart attack years ago. This really does impact lives, not just that person, but if you're able to keep someone around long enough, their kids, they're going to be able to go to their kids' wedding. They're going to be able to see their grandchildren, just like those things that you don't even think that you're having an impact on. You really are having a huge, huge, huge impact on people's lives, far beyond what people even realize. That, if you can be happy and healthy and just live longer, like you're changing the entire course of people's lives with this. So how do we help people? How do we keep people accountable and support people throughout their Beachbody journey? Challenge groups. So we take people that are starting relatively the same program, but it doesn't have to be. So we'll say people are doing Country Heat and 21-Day Fix. We put them in a private group and we walk them through the program. So this is what I did not have in the beginning. I did not have someone kind of saying, hey, here's a meal plan and here's how to prep on Sunday nights, and here's a reminder to wake up in the morning to do your workouts, or here's a tip on how to, pack your lunches so you don't forget, or here is how much water you should be drinking, because if you're dehydrated, your body's actually going to be holding on to the water that you bring in, and you're not going to be able to flush all those toxins out that are building up in you when you're working out. All those little things, that's what we're doing for people. That's how we're supporting and motivating them. And they're seeing, okay, week 1, day 3, you're going to be sore, right? That's totally normal. But you're not just bugging out on your own. Like, say you're at the gym and you're like, oh my gosh, this is my 3rd day. I'm super sore. I'm done. But in this group, you have someone else saying, yeah, you know what? I'm really sore too. So you have other people that are doing this along with you and are going through the exact same feelings and emotions, and someone that can just relate to you and say, I totally know what you feel like. I totally know what you're doing, and let's just push through. Let's do this together. I've done this before. I can show you how to just keep on going. And why? Why do you want to keep on going, right? What are those goals? What are those end results that you're looking for? And this even keeps me on track. Like I said, if I didn't have my challenge groups that I run now, I'd still be eating ice cream from summer. So not only do you help people, but you also help yourself in this with being accountable. Like I said, coaches aren't someone that has a certification, or we're not perfect, right? We have to be held accountable too. And this is something that not only helps my people, but it helps me too. So as a coach on our team, you're like, all right, you know what? I think I want to sign up, but I'm totally scared because I have no idea how to get started. And what do I even do? What's a challenge group? How do I even start one? What is she talking about? A private Facebook group where I add people? And your mind's like exploding, right? But relax, we got your back. So we have a private group for all of our coaches where we do training, give you lots of tips, support, motivation. It's kind of like a challenge group, but just for coaches. We do a coach basics training, which will take you step by step. We do one-on-one phone calls with you. It's called your Getting Started Right call. So we'll walk you through how to set up your website. We'll walk you through how to have conversations with people. We'll walk you through how to set up your first challenge groups. We do this in partnership with you, right? Because we're not your boss. In this, you are your own boss. You make up whatever hours you want to. I'm just here to say, hey, this is how I did it. And these are the steps I did. If you want to use these steps, they're absolutely yours to take for the willing and to go and run with it. We do weekly team calls. So every Tuesday night at 8:30, we have a guest speaker that comes on. Sometimes it's someone really awesome, like one of the top coaches on our team or one of the top coaches in the network. We always are there to support our coaches, right? Like I said, we don't just say, hey, sign up as a coach, see you later. Like if you're not getting support, if you're not getting growth in this business, that's not going to happen. You have the best, amazing team ever. Or actually in the 1% in the entire company. So you're definitely in the right place for getting all the help you need to get your business started and to keep it growing, right? So say like, all right, Rose, I did coach basics, but I still, after a month, I'm not going to know what to do. We're here for life, right? We build each other. We're a team always. So you don't have to worry about that. What are all these cool rewards, trips, live events? Oh my goodness. So Beachbody is more than just, like I said, workouts and income. We do all these amazing things together as a team. Me and my husband actually won the Beachbody cruise this past, I think it was March or April. We won the Cancun trip for next year in 2017. This year, we all went to Nashville. So we do a lot of fun things, right? Like this is a huge community full of support, awesome people. And you'll kind of see like our team, we're almost like the same people in terms of like, we just act like, and we get the same corny jokes, and like we just love being around each other. So we get to do all these fun things together just because we want to help people. Like there's nothing greater than getting rewarded for helping other people. So if you're like, you know what, I'm in, I want to do this, what's the next step? The best way to sign up as a coach is to get a challenge pack. Like I said, that's a workout plus Shakeology. And your sign-up fee is waived when you get a challenge pack. That's why it's the most kind of cost-effective way of signing up. After that, there's a $15.95 fee. And then if you get Shakeology every single month, that's $99. So to be an active coach, you need to be on Shakeology, right? My thing is, you can sign up without a challenge pack and pay $40, but you're not going to be successful. I'm sorry. If you're in this business to grow a business, then you need to be you need to be drinking Shakeology. You need to be doing the workouts. How can you help someone and be like, yeah, you should do that PIO thing, but I'm not doing it? They're going to be like, huh? Why am I going to do this if you're not doing it? Like that doesn't make any sense, right? You need to be proof that the products work. Not that that you have to be perfect, but you have to say, yeah, like this is helping me stay, have more energy. This is helping me with my cravings. This is helping me tone up. This is helping me like get new clothes for the winter. Yeah. Like that's why you need to be a product, because if you're not doing it, then why is anyone else going to trust you in doing it? So that's how you can sign up. Military, that $15.95 fee every month is waived. Beachbody loves military. So if you're military, you're in good hands. So my experience as a Team Arise coach, I will be a coach for 4 years in February. So it was Valentine's Day in 2013 is when I signed up. And I remember that day because I was actually living away from my husband at the time. We were not married yet, but we had a long distance relationship. If you're from New Jersey, I was living in Tinton Falls, which is like exit 100 off the Parkway. And Dave, my husband, lived in Cape May, exit 0 off the Parkway. So while I was working 6 days a week, I was in this long distance relationship where I was traveling on the weekends back and forth. It was absolutely crazy insane. So 4 years, almost 4 years later, and I'm surrounded by positive people all day long. I don't have people at work stabbing me in the back. I don't have my boss rolling his eyes, but I'm like legit sick. And he's like, you have to come in. And I'm like, dude, I can't breathe. I can't come in. This is a way different feeling than corporate America, right? With this, I've been able to reconnect with old friends, made new ones. People from high school that I didn't even talk to are part of my challenge group, and they're so thankful that I reached out to them, that I wasn't scared of saying, hey, if you need help, I'm here for you. You get this entire sense of community. Like I said, like we're a tribe. We're a tribe of people that just want to be healthy, better themselves, better their lives, dream big, and live those like scary, hairy dreams that like you only can think of in your mind, like when you're daydreaming at work and you're like, oh my gosh, is it like time for me to leave? You're in control of your own life. Those things that you want to have, you totally can go and get them. I was able to pay for our wedding. I didn't have to put that on any credit cards. I didn't have to worry and stress about debt, right? I think that's a huge thing that our country is going through too, is a lot of people are in debt because of college loans and car loans and all this crazy stuff going on. I'm able to pay for my mortgage every single month. We're able to go on so many more trips because we get trips for free now. Before Beachbody, me and my husband, the only trip we went on was our honeymoon, which was pretty much paid for from our wedding gifts. But before that, it was we drove to Florida in college. That was our only trip. But this year, I think we went on 4 or 5 trips. We've been to Jamaica, Aruba, and I can't remember where else. Nashville. So we've been to so many places that we necessarily would not have been able to. In the past 4 years, it'll be a year this October. We bought a house. We were able to move to the beach. We moved back to Cape May, somewhere that we always wanted to kind of settle down. If we ever have a family, that's where we want to be. We're 10 minutes away from the beach. It's just absolutely amazing. Best thing ever was to fire my boss. I walked in there and I said, sorry, but I'm leaving. I quit. And it was the most liberating thing I've ever done in my entire life. I was able to make double what I was earning as an athletic trainer at a high school. So I was making a teacher's salary, but I was actually capped because the Board of Education didn't want me making any more, even though I worked double the time as a teacher. It was really messed up. But once I was like, you know what? I'm making double, helping people, doing something I love, and like playing on my phone all day long. Like, yeah, I quit. So this has completely changed my life. It's given me the freedom to do what I want. Like this week, my husband was sick. I was able to, cook chili for him and go get his prescriptions and not be worrying about it. I'm able to set my own hours. I support my family. I'm my own boss. If I'm sick or if I want to sleep in, cool, I can. If I have a wedding on Friday, which I do, I'm taking the day off. I'm going and getting my hair done and I'm getting all dressed up. I can travel when I want to. 2 weeks ago, I went up to my aunt's bed and breakfast, had a good girls weekend up there. Like I would have never been able to do those things before because I had to work constantly for tournaments, holidays. Like there was no time for me to do anything fun. I was like missing out on life. It keeps me healthy and fit, keeps me accountable. And if we do have kids, I'll never miss a moment in their life. And I think that's where I struggle with the most is if I ever have kids, there would be no way I want other people raising my kids. Like that's not why I want to bring a child into this world, is just so I can say, oh, hey, like time to get up, have to take you to daycare. I'll see you at like 7 o'clock at night and put you to bed. Like that, that was something that I knew I couldn't live with. So this is why I said, you know what, let me go all in with this Beachbody thing. What could this, the only thing that it could do was to help me, to push me to reach new levels in my life and to reach new goals that I never thought possible. So ask yourself, like, what could this do for you? What are those things that you're struggling with? Are you struggling with debt? Are you struggling with negative relationships in your life that are just sucking you dry? Are you at a workplace where people are kind of like stabbing your back just to like get next up on the podium scale? Who are the people that you can help? Do you have people in your family that are just suffering from just obesity, or they're just so unhappy, and that, all right, like this can totally help them? And then what are those big, hairy, scary dreams in your life? Do you want to live by the beach? Do you want to be able to build a brand new home from scratch? Do you want to be able to live more stress-free and not have to worry about just making purchases whenever you want to? How can you use what you have to give to other people? And how can you change other people's lives? Like my mission in life now is to just pass this on to people and say, you don't have to live that status quo anymore. You don't have to be stuck at a job that you hate. You don't have to live your life wondering, what if I just took a chance? What if I just took a risk? I want people to know that there's something else out there. There's something else so much better, that you can use this platform to really create the life that you want and just take and run with it. Like this thing can really just do amazing things for your life and for your family. So if you are a coach or if you're not a coach, reach out to the person that brought you here. If you go and just sign up randomly on the website, you'll get a random team. We can fix it, but it's just, takes some extra time. So just reach out to the person that invited you here. This picture was actually done in Nashville last year, and you'll see that they shut down the entire Broadway street. So if you've ever been to Nashville, it's just like this whole strip of all the country bars where people go in and sing. They shut that entire thing down for us, Beachbody. You'll see there's a lot of people. This Beachbody thing isn't going away. We have a mission to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. This is growing more because the growing epidemic of obesity and just unhealthiness in this country. So there's no way that all of these people are going to be going away. We're here to stay. So ask yourself, you have one life to do everything that you've ever wanted to. Act accordingly. So are you going to just stay here and live that mundane, what I used to call my Groundhog Day, just going through the motions and just doing the same day after day because that's what society told you to do? Or are you going to say, you know what, I got one shot at this life. I got one time to be 25. I got one time to be 26. I got one time. You get my point. You only have this one shot. If you risk it and you fail, guess what? You're just going to learn and you're just going to get better. And that's what this is about too. It's about taking those risks, learning, all right, you know what? That didn't work, but let me try this. This might work better. Or I'm willing to be committed and to see myself grow through this and become a better person in the process. It's just like your health and fitness journey. It's just when you first push play and you start that first workout, man, oh man, is that tough, right? But after you get the hang of it, week 2, week 3, you get better, you get stronger, you build momentum. Your muscle fibers are growing. You're increasing your blood flow to create all of the new cells that are building in your body to sustain what you're doing. You get my point, right? So it's the same with this business. If you're willing to put in extra effort, at first it's going to be tough. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be scared. It's going to be so fearful. What? Challenge groups? That's so scary. But once you jump in it and once you get the hang of it, you're like, you know what? This is fun. This is cool. I like this. And you start seeing that momentum build and you're like, wow, I'm starting to feel a lot better about myself. I'm not hating running challenge groups, or I feel just more comfortable in my clothes, or I feel more confident when I go out. I can stand up straight and look people in the eye now because of the confidence that I have. So thanks everyone for joining. I'm actually going to stop the webinar part, but if you have any questions, there's a Q&A box at the bottom. Just click on it. Ask any question you want. I'm willing to hang on. Man, I talked for a while. I'm sorry. I said 30 minutes and it was 48. Like I said, I get really excited about this stuff, but I'll stay on and see if you guys have any questions. I'll take a sip of water. And if not, have an amazing night and reach out to the coach that brought you here. And hopefully I will see you on our team page soon because our Coach Basics is actually starting next Monday, October 3rd. So if you want to get in that training, make sure you get in touch with your coach now. Any questions? I don't see anything. All right, you guys can find me on Facebook, Rosemary Smith. If you need any answers, just let me know. And thank you so much. I appreciate you taking your time out of your family's night, out of your night to come and listen to me talk. See you soon.